Right now, hundreds of nurses protesting outside the White House, asking for reform to a profession that's been pushed to its edges. A survey taken last year of nurses shows 83% of nurses had cared for patients with COVID-19, and that 60% of nurses said gender-based or sexual harassment happens at their workplace from a moderate amount to a great deal. So this is why Hannah Williams, a former nurse turned attorney in Atlanta, has made the trip to D.C. and is going to speak at the march. Part of her aim is to seek passage of two bills currently in the U.S. House aimed at bringing safer work conditions for her fellow nurses.
Those issues are nationwide. It's not something that any state has done just a great job with. And that's why this is a national march to address this issue on a federal level, and hoping that states will also get on board and pass similar legislation to help nurses to feel safe.
The march caps off National Nurses Week. 11 Alive's Liza Lucas recently spoke with one family who offers two perspectives on how nurses are doing as the pandemic continues.
I think I have probably the best job in the world.
For Jenny Andrus, caring for the moms and new babies in labor and delivery is a passion found in her own family's experience.
I was entering high school when my mom was diagnosed for the first time. I got to see the role that Northside provided in her care, and I got to see how the nurses and the doctors, the techs, everyone kind of helped her through that journey.
Time spent at Northside Hospital inspired Jenny to become a nurse, and turns out it runs in the family.
I always wanted to be able to take care of someone like they took care of my mom. It's really all I grew up knowing.
A decade after Jenny, her sister Amy, a rising senior at Georgia Southern University, will now join the ranks of Northside nurses, part of the hospital's extern program. Amy just starting her career, having seen her sister work through a pandemic.
It was very scary in the beginning, when we didn't know how it was spread or how infectious it was. But ultimately, I just realized this is what I signed on to do in nursing school. You will be walking into people's lives and their situations where they are really sick, and you do need to help them.
That need to help includes guiding a new generation of nurses like her sister.
For us to see this excitement, this eagerness, this general passion for the field, it's kind of reminded a lot of us why we started.
And for Amy, there's excitement to begin her own path while working alongside the one who has inspired her along the way.
I've seen her love her job for 10 years, and watching her go through those ups and downs is really what makes me want to stick with it even more.
Amy still seems pretty interested in ultimately working in labor and delivery right next to her big sister. She will spend her summer in Northside's special extern program. That program is one of the many ways the hospital is working to connect and recruit nursing students early.